episode of No BS Podcast, and it's gonna be one of them days. It's gonna be a moment today. It's gonna be a moment today. Last time I had a man on the show, we was talking about investments, we was talking about real estate, we was talking about property. But ever since then, he has gone on a new adventure. He has gone down deep.
He said new adventure.
New adventure. Gone down deep. And he wrote a book. He's an author now, a published author. And he's going to be he is the first Black erotic non-fictional author in Middle Georgia. And we're working on getting him in the Guinness Books of World Record. That's what we're doing today.
My God.
So saying some of them call him Ball, but today he is Mr. Midnight.
I don't know how the world on the top of that introduction, my guy. Oh, bro.
What's going on, man?
I'm excited about the book and everything like that. So happy to be back on the podcast, bro. So I appreciate you having me back, man. So I'm ready to roll.
Oh, man, I'm ready.
It's gonna be some fun. It's going down today. Hey. So I know they know me as Ball, but I'm Mr. Midnight.
We Mr. Midnight.
Mr. Midnight man today.
So. All y'all that grew up after 2010, but before 2010, there used to be this Key Sweat still keeping it going on, but when you get on the radio, it used to be that late night at flight love thing. When they come on and be like, tell all the greatest love songs that popped out, all the greatest love stories, things that happened throughout the nation.
Yeah.
And now we got Mr. Midnight.
Yeah.
Right? He coming through with his book.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ready for what we about to talk about.
I don't know, man. I hope you don't get you banned, though. You know.
So we got you into writing the book.
This is gonna sound crazy, bro, but I really don't want it to come off the wrong way, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It was when I went to prison. And I knew how to read, but I didn't understand the concept of reading until I read the first book that I understood the concept of reading was Zane. Okay. And what I mean by the concept of reading was
we're talking about the same erotic Zane.
Exactly. Okay. And the concept of reading, the words disappeared.
Right.
And it became a movie. And that was really my first time understanding how to read. And it came by the way of a Zane book, bro. And it was like a movie just playing in my head. And I'm like, man, I liked it. And I'm like, man, I got my own stories and stuff like that too. So that what kind of, got me on the journey to that.
I'm going to tell you one thing, and I'm glad you even said that, right?
Right.
The reading and understanding what you're reading, right? So it's easy. That's why we relate to hip hop so well, right? Because when they rap, they paint pictures,
exactly,
right? But when you're in middle school and high school and you're reading, you're really just there trying to get in and get the hell out. You're not understanding the concept, and I just think that's where some of the school systems hurt us growing up because I didn't understand what I was reading or what a good story was.
Right.
Until I sat down with a 5%er,
right,
and I said, "Yo, read this and tell me what it means. Read this, tell me what it means." But then, shit, in high school, they be like, "Yeah, read this." You like, man, shit, the way Christy looking in that dress over there.
I know that, and you get formed the habit of just it's just words,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So and from that time when I learned how to read and understood, it was over with. And I just would imagine it was so crazy. Listen, bro, my attention span short. I did not have no time to sit and write no book.
Right.
But what I did was I talked the stories in my head. I recorded myself talking the stories. And once I got enough of them, and I sent it to the editor. Shout out to Tony, the editor, by the way, she real dope. And she just kind of put it together for me. So yeah, but it really came from a dark, funny, vulnerable kind of place because we were talking before we got on camera, I'd rather put my flaws publicly so can't nobody try to use anything I've done in secrecy or whatever I've done in private. You know what I'm saying? Against me. So. Mm-hmm.
So this Mr. Midnight is actually you. You wrote about yourself.
Yeah, it's actually me.
But you wrote non-fictional stuff in there.
No, all of it's true.
Oh, all of it's true.
All of it's true.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read this book. Let's see what we got going on.
Yeah, all of it's true. And like I say, my girl, she didn't give me the courage to do it,
right?
But she was encouraging. You know what I'm saying? So, just imagine like letting your girl read certain stories and she like,
oh, really?
So like, really? So she was teasing me about calling me Mr. Midnight. So like when she do see this, she'll be like, this boy crazy.
You gonna create a visual for this?
I can't get it.
Well, we know you can.
I can't. Most of these stories, the last one was like 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? So some times had passed, and I was just inspired to just come on and just go ahead and do it, bro. It just came. And when I get inspired, man, I really move up inspiration. Like I feel passionate about it when I'm into it and I'm inspired. And a dope product came out. Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the book, like not detailed stories. Like what was running in your imagination? Like, okay, this is what I want to write about. This is this.
Well,
hold on, real quick though. You didn't put nobody's real names in this.
Of course not.
After watching Best Man Holland, I mean,
no, of course not. It was I will give you this nugget though.
Okay.
It's one story that I told, like as far as when I was recording the story, and I said the girl name, and the editor called her. She was like, oh, you can't say the name. I'm like, man, I ain't know I said it, but the girl actually died.
Oh man.
Yeah, like no, this was like a year or two ago, but I said her name, and I'm like, damn, I didn't know that that people could actually go look up her name and be like, man, deceased such and such date. So she helped me clean up a lot of stuff, but I can't say nobody. Like I might say B, I might say an alphabet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
hey, but the people that are around you say certain things, like, oh yeah, we know.
Well, my military bro Ray, man, shout out to Ray. He was there for half the stories. So
don't get Ray up.
So let me tell you. So I had got after we finished the ebook, got everything done. They had gave me it's supposed to be 11 copies, but they gave me 10, the shortened one. But I gave my brother one. My blood brother, my mama's child.
Right.
He read 2 chapters. He said he felt dirty. You know what I'm saying? After reading 2 chapters, right?
Your brother felt dirty?
Yeah, he said he felt dirty. You know what I'm saying? So
this is the same brother
you work with. Yeah. He said I felt dirty reading it. And he looked over.
He stopped though?
Yeah, I think he did. So he looked over to my partner Ray, because all of us was around my mom's party. The books came in all at the same time, so we were out hanging. He looked over at Ray. He was like, hey man, you read my book? He was like, read it, I was down for half of it. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to them guys, man. They've been supportive too.
What was the hardest part about really just sitting down and digging deep and trying to get these stories out?
Man. Really, man, how flawed of an individual, that I was at a period of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really, it on the surface, it's an erotic novel, but, it's lessons in it. It's deep, some of them funny. You know what I'm saying? To have to, it's exhausting to have to tap into yourself, especially in this particular area. We talking about, majority of people is you don't know what's done in people's bedroom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to open up that kind of space, and to know that it's all true, bro, that it takes some deep digging,
So with that, what encouraged you the most to say, you know what, I just need to put this out? Because most people don't want to put it out. Most people don't want people to know what they do and what they don't do. The only people that do want to know that stuff are the new people of this generation that's on OnlyFans and Pornhub and stuff like that. Right. That's the way you're putting it out. But putting it in the book and becoming an author, what was that like?
It was a couple things, man, but what it's like to really put it out. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I just feel like I always challenge myself. I'm a guy who get bored real easily, Sean, man.
Right.
So I'm always finding things, new things to find inspiration and challenge myself to do. And this was something that it really was heavy on my mind. We can even go how deep it is from the title to the name. When you think about confessions, you think about an admittance of guilt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you think about a midnight man, you think about one who roams the streets at night.
A pimp. That's what I thought at first.
A pimp or a trick, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I wasn't thinking pimp. The dude say I'm Mr. Midnight. Like, he out here pimping in these streets.
A pimp and a simple, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either or, but that's like me saying, hey, look, I'm doing a mixing of guilt, like for running the streets and having these encounters with, you know, different women and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So how did that hold back everything that you have done previously, right?
Right.
How did that affect on finding new relationships?
Oh man. It was tough, really. Because like when you meet somebody, you want to be transparent, but like you don't want to scare them off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what the method that I do, I actually try to be as transparent as I can. And if I scare you off, I just think that you're not deserving of me anyway. Because if I tell you who I am in my worst, and you just those are just words. I haven't showed you my words. I just told you my words.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve me in my best. You follow what I'm saying? So, and you know, by the grace of, you know, God, I met a good young lady, man. I gave her the whole spiel. You know what I'm saying? So
you're just straight up from the jump.
Yeah, from the jump, man. She even read, you know, a couple chapters of the book before it got, you know, finished and everything like that. And she was like, man, I like, you know, dope, and like encouraging, man, very encouraging. So yeah, so it been going good so far. It's something different for me too.
I was gonna say, it's kind of hard to find a support cast these days, especially in relationships. The relationships don't last the way it used to last. Like, it used to mean something to be in a relationship. It used to mean something to be with somebody. Now it's like, if it ain't benefit me, I don't need to be in here long.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
What you call it earlier? People, they're not in it for the marathon, they in it for the short.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Relationships these days are sprints.
Yeah. And it's so because like technology makes stuff so instant. I mean, like, so that's how your relationships are. Like, it's so crazy, bro, because we actually met at the lake. I was meditating and she was meditating. I didn't know this woman from a campaign. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the organic way of meeting somebody. Like, but when you date somebody that's like, you date a profile page, you dating the ideal of a person instead of actually, this real life. Go up there, talk to her, talk to him, hug her, let her, you know what I'm saying? Let her know that she was felt like, this ain't, you can't get this from no internet, no social media. You know, so, and that's why I think this relationships are kind of dope that I'm in right now. So
yeah, that's hard these days.
Oh yeah, man.
It's truly hard.
Yeah.
Because I got homegirls and homeboys. I'm looking for the right one. I'm looking for this. They're like, Sean, hook me up with somebody that's single. Sean, hook me up with this. And I'm like, I can't.
Don't put your face on them stuff like that.
I don't even buy people for jobs. I'm like Cupid. Because I know my homeboys. I won't put you on my you might not like it.
Yeah, I know, man. They might think, you know, you got something to do with it all the time. So, you know.
So that's definitely dope. Both of y'all out there meditating and
we meditating and I'm gonna give y'all my secret pickup line. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
In my secret, this is Mr. Midnight. My secret pickup line. I always love to ask a woman before I talk to her. First thing that come out of my mouth is, "Are you married?" If she say yes, I pass. I don't want to deal with no married woman. But if she say no, then you're telling me there's a chance. Right? Because ain't nobody took you serious enough. Because if I want you that bad enough, I might just take you that serious, like especially like this day and age. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, these days just the approach to saying hello, because people are so used to, I'm gonna drop a D in the inbox. Exactly. The communication barrier is a lot different. Right. Even when I seen this young man trying to holler at my daughter.
Oh, really?
Right. At first he said, "Yo, can I get your snap?" I'm a clown dad. Like, I'm not one of them dads that's gonna be like, jump on a dude and that. So I'm hyping it up. Like, all you gonna do is get a snap. That's it. That's all you got. A snap. Y'all on the phone. You know, she got a whole iPhone Max 12 Pro. Like, you know what he was like, well, I mean, if she gonna give me the number, I said, no, don't give. You gotta ask.
So, hold on, he did it in front of you?
Well, I want them on him.
While he was
in the middle of the conversation. So they was like right over there. And I'm over here. And I see my daughter look back like,
What it do? Whatever.
Like, help. Help.
Hey, you know, my daughter, man, she's 12, man. And the crazy thing about that, we had to throw a 9th birthday party. And this little boy just kept following her around, kissing her. I was watching the whole time. Like, look, he ain't gonna, I ain't doing that too crazy. They just kids. Just kept, I said, I like, after the third time, I said, hey, my, you know, the boy, why is he kissing you like that? You let him kiss you like that? She was like, well, Dad, I didn't want to say nothing. I said, you must have liked it. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? But that's my baby. Shout out to my head, look at the so.
Yeah, my oldest child, that's the one. That's what I be cracking jokes with.
Oh, yeah.
My youngest one, she's 13, but she ain't even get to that level yet.
Yeah.
She's so into sports right now. And playing and trying to dominate champions like that. But that other one. My son like that, too. He heavy in basketball. So, I remember a dude we was at before we get back on subject, it was funny to me. Because it's just funny to watch how kids approach. Exactly. Because I knew how I grew up.
Yeah.
Like, my approach was quick, snap, I'm in the game. Like, boom. Hey, well, my mama doesn't know call hell from 15 until I got married.
Man, please.
So I'm saying it's interesting to see how the new age adapt. Yeah. So, we was in this town, she had a volleyball match. Right. So, me and my wife, we sitting on one row. Man, this dude looked like he played linebacker. Yeah. He walked in like 6'2". He had his shirt halfway off, dark skinned dude, swole. I was like, yeah, he looked like he D1. You could just tell when people walk in the gym. Yeah. So you can tell a little guy got a little swag about himself, like they really just I like, I know he played ball. Yeah. So then my wife sitting there, he was like, his buddy sat beside him. He's like, yo, man, that number 14, fine. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, there's only 2 14s and one sitting the bench. Yeah. And she go to this school, the other 14 over there, that's mine. Yeah. So he was like, oh, she tall too. I was like, oh, he talking about my child. So now I'm glad, my wife been paying attention. I was like, yo, he about to try to holler at his daughter. He said, like, oh, he ain't. I'm like, all right. So halftime came. He made his way around. Did the little look at me, look at you, and keep on walking move. She looked at him. Walking around. So she ain't even thinking about it. So after the game, my wife was like, I'm about to go. I was like, cool. I said, because I got to see how this play out. Because he is determined to get her attention. So he cornered her. She was walking out the door, and he made sure he walked out the door. He sped up. I'm watching this guy because I'm dying. He sped up to catch her at the door. Boom, and they stopped. She looked at him, he looked at her. He looked at her, she looked at him, they just looking. Yeah. She don't know what the hell going. She was like, yo, can I help you? A word? And Buddy was like, no, I just can't hold the door. She's like, all right. He froze up. Froze. Ooh, so froze. So, and my daughter is slick naive to shit like that. Uh-huh. So she was like, well, all right, appreciate it, thank you. I gotta get my shoes. Yeah. And walked off. So Buddy circled around his friend sitting there, and they looking at him laughing. So here she come again. He determined, but he came out. So I was like, yo, Master, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. But I went in the bathroom, standing in the door like this. See how this he locked in again. So they got the double doors. So they get between the double doors. And he just said, hey. And she was like, hey. He was like, how you doing? She was like, I'm fine. Well, what you doing? She said, apparently I'm on the bus. Like, what do you want? He was like, nothing. Okay. And then walked off. Uh-huh. So I came out the bathroom. So I got the truck. Told my daughter to get the truck. I was like, yo, why are you doing Buddy like that? And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, why are you doing Buddy like that? She was like, what are you talking about? I said, he been trying to holler at you for the last 45 minutes. Oh my God, is that what he doing? Is that what he doing? So she called her buddy and was like, hey, I'm about to come in. And act like I'm getting my shoes from you. Right? I was like, oh, so you're interested. For the teeth, yeah. Right. So I was like, oh, you're interested. She said, no, I just want to see. She said, he was cute, but I don't know, but that was weird. He didn't say that. She was like, I got to go back now. Because I felt like if I knew what was going on, I would have played along with it. So she done called her friend to her teammate that was still in there, said, wait till she get there. She gonna act like she gets some shoes. Cause Buddy was standing there looking out the double door.
What? Strategic.
Right. So my wife called, said, what's going on? I said, I'm about to watch your silly ass child fail experiment. What you talking about? I said, here, let me FaceTime. I can turn around. So that dude done tried 3 times to holler at your child. So on FaceTime.
Yeah.
I said, he going for round 4. I said, hey, Madison got a plan. She gonna go in and approach it this time. I said, well, what she don't realize is her friends got to come past him.
Yeah.
So he's right there. I said, well, she don't realize she can't pass him now. She's gonna get stuck right there.
Yeah.
So she was like, all right, zoom in. So we zooming in. I seen her friends come to the door, and she came through the door. Buddy came through the door, and they got stuck again.
Didn't say that.
She was like, so her friend opened up the door, handed her the shoes. She was like, thank you. He was like, well, you have a nice day.
Big, smooth, just.
No, when I say 6'2", look like he was 240.
Man.
The day he built like Damian Thomas.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew he get off us.
Yeah.
But this the kicker. He failed all 4 times. She got the concept about, he messed up the plane. He should have stepped. He would have stayed there. He messed up the plane. He ended up finding her on Instagram, trying to talk to her. So I responded, brother, you messed up. You're too late. You should have had your game together. You know what I'm saying? You can't reach. I said, you just wasted your time. You can't backtrack like this.
You know, so speaking on this, like since we gonna talk about this, as far as what the internet did, it made people not be accountable.
Right.
Because you can type something and say, I just said what I said. I can't be held. So when you standing face to face with somebody, they don't know how to interact. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be held accountable for what you say to somebody face to face. And the art of like dialogue, like face to face, man, that's gone. Like as far as with the new age, man, like they don't know what to say to these girls now.
You know, it's crazy, right? The internet made it, like you said, dialogue made it easier for people that have anxiety or people that have communication issues to just blast out what they wouldn't say in your face at that moment, so they type it out. But I promise you, if you roll up, because it's like high school, right? You got the popular kids, you got the athletes, you got the swagged out, you got the dressers, and you got the ones that just shy. Then you got the band. Band got their own league. I don't care what school you go to, the band got their own something going on. And the rest of the school is here. You know what I'm saying? So you can walk around the school and be like, all right, we know you ain't talking. We know who the top 5 girls and the top 5 dudes in the school. Oh no, he didn't see that. I'm talking to him. He's so good. Like, you know what's going on. Oh, she didn't see that. Oh, she didn't see that. So everybody knew who the top 10 in the school was. Period. Like you go around your school, you know who got the swag, who got the game. The girl saying don't mess with him. She done mess with like 5 or 6 other girls. You know what I'm saying? But the internet leveled that playing field out. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know who got what.
Exactly.
Because I remember I had a beef.
With a dude beef? Like, issue with it? Okay.
Well, I didn't know it was a beef. But he was making comments on Facebook, like talking shit. But I didn't know it was directed to me and somebody really told me. And then I asked. It was cool when because I see you all the time and you never said a word. Right. You know what I'm saying? But now you're on the internet and you going ham. And I'm like, I know this ain't you. So I just dropped his address in the status. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to see you. We can talk this out. Well, that shit was erased real quick.
Man. You know what I'm saying? So like that way, the internet way, ain't nothing wrong with it. Because I know some people who have some beautiful relationships, but like as far as with me, like I'm that type of guy. Like my message might not come across right. Like typing it in, like you know what I'm saying? I know. So if I pull up on you and I talk, you'll get to see how genuine it is. And if I want you bad enough, I go through whatever I gotta go through to get you. You know.
I married I did a wedding. I married some people, but I did weddings where people met off the internet and it was genuine love. Right. But they older. Right. It wasn't like 25. These people like 30 something to their 50s. Couple of people. They met each other on the internet. I promise you one thing, I would not have survived in high school if I had this cell phone.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Man. One, I wouldn't survive the house. Because my mama, if she had to track me down, one, she hit my beeper up.
Yeah.
I was in high school before the two-way pages and all that kicked in.
Man.
So you ain't hit my beeper up. Now you got to call each house. By the time you get to the house I'm walking in the yard.
You know, back then, the cell phone was a house phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they had to track you by finding you out there to look at the phone book.
Or your top 10 or your top 5 or 10 friends. They know you're going to get on their phone.
That's how we had to do it back in the day. We had to call somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew you.
Yeah, I'm going to show them that. What's the name? Hold on, here's my number.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time you really figure out where I was at, I'm walking in the house.
Back on.
Man, if I want to see my daughter right now, I just pull a Life 360. Whatever you had to do.
Yeah, man.
Boy, you know how much trouble I'd have been in. Because my daughter got all her friends on this Life 360, right? So they see where each other at. I was like, what kind of game is that? Because I'm not even playing.
You know, bro, I can't be too mad at the new generation because they just caught the wave of capturing everything and telling their whole video.
Right.
Because I try not to be mad at people or even my kids about stuff that I did. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. Because I was like, if I had a camera back then, I probably would have been doing some of this. And it sounds crazy to us now.
Yeah.
But like, if we had that stuff back then,
I don't think we would have did it still.
Man,
I'm going to tell you why.
Well,
it depends on the demographics.
Right.
So, where I was hanging out with and who I was hanging out with,
right.
If you even got a camera on you and you put that shit on the internet, you might not be walking the next day.
Oh, really? Like, so they know what you're doing, how you operate and stuff?
Right, because you really, back in the day, it was a lot of dope moving, a lot of weed moving,
okay.
Like, the drug game was a little different.
Right. Okay.
If you watch The Wire, you understand,
Oh, yeah. Like, as far as, like, putting, like, illegal activity, but I'm talking about just, like wilding and stuff like
that. Yeah, but that's why I'm wilding at, though.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
I'm at the players' ball. I'm at $1 million parties. I'm at the dope boys. I'm in dope cars. Like, we riding around. And that would have been my wife. We had bike seat.
Bike.
I saw Saturday on the bike.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm wilding out. It's nothing but dope boys around me. We all with our Chevy. So if I'm recording that lifestyle, they're like,
man, you making my face high and stuff like that.
You know, hey, nah, you can't be doing that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what this internet thing is. You can't be doing this, bro. You know? No, it was horrible on MySpace. I had a big following on MySpace. My page up, right?
Yeah.
I was jumping on MySpace because I was dropping so much pictures at the time. What they did was just pictures. Yeah. And you had to scan your pictures then. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like it is now. You can upload it. I had to scan the picture to upload it.
Yeah.
While I was dropping something up a pop, and I was like,
But you know what though, Sean, man? Like, some people like kind of wish, like, man, I wish I would have showed this a little more. Yeah. As you get older, like to kind of document it and stuff like that, man.
I mean, I do. Honestly, I do.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I wish I was rolling the way I'm rolling now with all the cameras
and just all the you see what I'm saying?
And I got footage,
right?
Because I was still the guy with the camera, but I had the one with the little VH tapes.
Oh, okay.
And I had Kodak.
The little holding thing.
Yeah, I was everywhere. But hey, yo, the if anybody doing anything on Myrtle Beach, I'll need some love.
My man got you.
I got it. So where did the name Mr. Midnight come from?
It was two people who inspired like the name as well as the artwork. D'Angelo Voodoo album. And that's one. and Marvin Gaye, Midnight Love or Midnight Lady. So I did my best to kind of channel the energy of those guys and the essence of it. Even Marvin Gaye cover of Midnight Love is kind of set up like the book is too. So yeah, those two, because when we talk about like like sexuality and erotic and things of that nature, like I have never seen nobody have an impact on women the way D'Angelo or Marvin Gaye had.
Nah, D'Angelo kind of killed the game when he first came out.
Yeah. So and I look for inspiration, but like I say, man, great. great people inspire me. It don't matter what you're great at. If you're great at something, man, you know what I'm saying? Even with you growing your platform and your podcast, man, I want you on the way up like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, because this is something great. You know what I'm saying? So great people inspire me, bro.
So what was the strangest shit a female ever asked you to do?
Oh,
and
man.
Did you write about it?
No, they might be important.
He said, "Oh, I said, hold on."
The strangest thing, man, this might get you kicked off the internet. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't remember that.
No, yeah, somebody tried to get me to try glory hole.
Oh, you was gonna say the glory hole?
No, they wanted me to, you know what I'm saying?
Wanted me to do.
Yeah, they wanted me to put, you know, my private parts in the glory hole. I just didn't have courage. I just didn't have the courage, my guy. So she was like, well, no.
Why was you nervous, dog?
Huh?
Why was you nervous?
I don't know who's on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you can look through the hole.
But it was a part. It was a whole bunch of moving parts going on. You follow what I'm saying?
Well, see, I worked in the industry.
Oh, word?
I worked in that industry.
Oh.
But I used to, I don't want to put him out because he.
We just left. You gonna get a band today, bro. Let go.
But there was a guy that mentored me and started the magazine. He's no longer here. I'll tell you after the air.
Right.
But he was starting his own little soft porn stuff, right?
Yeah.
But he's a very, very, very popular DJ.
Right.
Like he was one of the best. So he had me. I went to New York, and he had me like, "Yo, you want to work that camera, bro?"
This is it right
He's
here.
one of the first dudes that gets me published in magazines too.
Yeah.
When it comes to doing photos.
Okay.
So I started seeing how this shit really worked.
Oh, word?
And I'm like, yo, it takes 2 hours to get this 120-minute film.
Oh, word?
Yeah, that was. I met a lot of the superstars back in the day.
You know, I'm gonna give you this. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go on. In this book is actually a story about how I actually found myself on Pornhub.
Oh, you found yourself on porn? How did you get on porn? Who uploaded
Okay,
this shit?
check this out, right? So this.
And you didn't even get paid for it.
Yeah, I made her take it down now, so we straight up.
Oh.
It may be a couple people who, like in the past, chicks who I dealt with probably know, but this is a story of the book. I'll give you this one for free. So I'm kicking it with this girl.
Right.
And we had been, messing around like once or twice or whatever the case may be. But she was like, I want to record it this time. I'm like, I don't know, man. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? So
like cameras, huh?
not that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing that on camera. It already, I talk about enough crazy stuff here, but like you want me to put something on camera?
Yeah.
So, make a long story short, I agreed to it. So after we finished.
But that's crazy, because most of the time it's the guys trying to convince the girls to get on camera. This time it's the
Yeah, man, Confessions of Midnight, man, you don't know what's happening, you know what I'm saying? So, this story is actually in the book. So, we finished, the first thing that come out of her mouth was, my husband is gonna like this. So, she said my husband is gonna like it.
That's the strangest story than the glory hole story.
Huh?
That's stranger than the glory hole.
No, it was a lot of moving parts with the glory hole. That story not in there. That might be more too. But she was like, my husband don't like this. So, listen, I'm not a perfect man. I'm writing it right now. I know I got my flaws, but like, just touching a married woman is something that I made a pact that I would not do.
Right.
Because I once was married and, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not going to.
So you didn't know she was married?
I didn't know she was married at all. And I was like, your husband? She was like, yeah, we do this kind of stuff. He don't like this scene right here. I said, I kind of panicked, but I started shaking a little bit. Like, man, I've been talking to God about not touching married women, but you know what I'm saying? And so I said, that's it. Like, I ain't tell her, like, to throw the footage away or nothing. I was like, I just got to get out of here. Right. You know what I'm saying? And about 6 months later, my man. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm back in a relationship now.
And the husband uploaded it?
I'm back in a relationship, and
because it wasn't her. It wasn't her that uploaded it. It was him.
Man, I don't know who it was, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm back in a relationship at the time. It's like 6 months later. So, sometimes, guys, stuff ain't going right with you and your lady at maybe that time or whatever, so you need your private moment. You know what I'm saying? So I was getting my private moment, and I seen, I almost said the name. They probably gonna find me more of
She's still here.
Yeah, she still got video evidence. So I almost said the name, and I seen it. I was like, what they did? What did it mean? 120,000 views in 6 months.
Well, she collect that check.
Numbers getting dropped on the comments, and I want to be so bad, like, it's me, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's me. Like, but I was in a relationship, and I was just like, but I reached out to her eventually, like, a little later, and was like, nah, you got to take that down.
Like, me, I was like, so, like, when we gonna cut this check out?
But yeah, so it's a couple people might know about that, but I made her take it. I made her take it down.
Yeah, there's couples out there that's like that.
Most definitely, man.
I met.
Let it out. We gonna get banned today, goddamn.
I had worked with this dude, right? And him and his old lady were like swingers, right? So I'm gonna make this story short quick. But he was recruiting people to try to mess with his old lady. Yeah. And he was watching. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But it ended up I'm gonna make this short because he ain't asked me. I'm married. He asked everybody to put me in a law like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They asked me no questions like that. Yeah. I was like, man, you fucking crazy. Yeah. So swing what? Yeah. But apparently, a couple other people volunteered at the job that we was working at. Yeah. And they had videos. I'm like, this is great. Because in my mind, like, I'm not about to sit here and watch you mess with my old lady. Like, that's some serial killer type shit. Yeah. Like, what is he watching? Yeah. Like, he watching both of y'all? He watching you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it was all down for getting those funny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But him and his wife ended up messing with his gym partner and his wife. A word? They started messing around. How about now, they all got divorced.
Right? And went to the other side.
Right. So his wife. That's crazy. So now the kids, kids ain't real.
Man.
Which is strange. That's weird.
Well, you put some crazy stuff out, man. Like, I'm gonna go. You can cut it out. I don't know if you can cut it out. You can cut it out if you want to, man. The first girl that I married, I've been married twice. Like I told you, I'm a flawed individual. I messed up a lot. She was in the girls. Right. It was so bad, man, that she kind of gave me the green light. So when I meet a girl, I used to be just so out of it. I used to be like, look, before you deal with me, I want you to at least talk to my wife and stuff like that. Flawed individual, bro. I did this was over. I'm not married anymore.
But she was down to conversate with him.
Yep. And my wife would get back to me and say, she's cool and such and such. You like her? Go ahead. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Just full-fledged in there, man. And, I'm going to tell you something, man. Now that we're talking about that, you can edit this out if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I probably should have told like, well, you get him talking long enough, that boy gonna say some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But do you want to know, like, I really didn't know the difference between a prostitute and a wife.
You say you didn't know the difference?
I didn't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? Because how it's supposed to go, you're supposed to pay one to leave and pay one to stay. Right. But you cross them up long enough, you'll forget who you paying to leave and who you paying to stay. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad.
Oh, you was in the game hard.
I was in the game hard. So this book, it was just about me. Like, let me just express as far as me, and I like erotic novels too. So let me just tell you about my story and some of the complexity that I had. Even when, like the book first talked about, like from learning how to read, Zane, to understanding the concept of reading, and like at 19 and 20, I grew up I was in the Navy. I became a man in brothels. Right. In the Navy. Yeah, like my first experience going like in the military, like was going to brothels at 20 before I was even 21. Wow. So you talking about still a developing kid in whorehouses, like becoming a man in this type of environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that played a part too. I'm gonna tell you something, man. And me and my partner Ray, we were talking about this. This nowadays, this is a prostitute mentality society.
Oh, it's for sure.
Now, you got to think about that. It's a prostitute mentality society, and you're talking to a guy who grew up in that lifestyle environment. So I understand everything that's kind of going on with it for the most part. And back to what you were saying about how hard relationships is, it's just they want instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? Instant cash. So you know what? So I get it. I get it.
Yo, I get it. Oh, I mean, I seen it.
Right.
I lived it. Like. Yeah. Not probably to the extreme you live to.
Yeah.
I like spending money. If this mouthpiece ain't work, boy, and we ain't at the same restaurant.
It's half those stories. It's half people meet women organically. You know what I'm saying? And the other half like online and those type of new age situations, stuff like that. So
I did one online dating when it was like first place. This was Black Planet.
Black Planet, yeah. Black Planet, Black people meet.
I met one girl online. I think she was the last person I met online. Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't bad. Like, she was dope. Yeah. Like, dope. Like, she was like 8 years older than me, too. Oh, wow. I was like 19, so she had like 27. Oh, yeah. But she was dope. She was a cool school teacher. But my thing, when I met her online, I'm like, y'all don't even know this real. What's your address? I'm pulling up.
You pull it up?
Pull that thing. She gave the address, put it on MapQuest. I was like, oh, you only 10 minutes from me? All right, you 10 minutes from me? I ain't never saw you. Yeah. Oh, that's so strange. I think that pull up. Like, oh, you bad. Oh.
And when it's South Carolina, but like, of course, all this stuff when you got married and all that stuff. Like,
it was way before I got married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was way before I got married. Yeah, I pulled up on her. Me and her dated for about a good 7 months.
Oh, word?
Yeah, she was a wild one.
She was wild. I had I ain't gonna say her name because she's real popular, making people know her. But I met her online. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
she's popular.
Yeah, very. Somebody see they be like, oh, I don't tell. I almost slipped and said. Yeah. But and man, when I tell you, probably like summer 09, man, she was so dope. But I was going to Florida for my duty station, and she was in Macon. She even offered to like, look, every other let's rotate weekends a driving, so you won't have to put the stress up. And I was just like, I don't know how they're gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I'm already down here in a foreign land. You know what I'm saying? The strip club right down the street. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I succumbed to the pressure of the strip club.
Right.
I called her up like, what is she here? What she gonna be dying laughing? I called her up like 4 o'clock in the morning crying.
Really?
Yeah, I called up like boo-hoo crying, like, I messed up, babe, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, I messed with a strip club, I messed up. She was like...
So the strip club was your drug?
Not just women, just beautiful women.
Women, period, okay.
Women, at that time when I really was like hoeing and stuff like that, and I called her crying and stuff, she was like, well, we can work it out. I'm like, no, I'm probably gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying?
I know next week is happening.
Yeah. So
probably tomorrow night.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, bro, this beat me letting this stuff out and putting on the podcast with this book, bro. This is so therapeutic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because as I say, these were things that done in the dark. Like, if you're not close to me, and like 5 people close to me, you know what I'm saying? So. They would know these things, so but just to get it out and just kind of get over it and heal from it, and just being a better man is this dope, bro.
So you have like a sign of relief now that
that
part 1 is done.
Absolute part 1.
Yeah, part 2 coming. No. Part 2 is definitely coming.
It's a those stories, but I don't know if I'm in the spirit of right, man. But I want to do a relationship book next though.
Why relationship book?
Woo, man. Cause, alright.
Cause you've been through a couple of them.
Yeah, we both have, but like to kind of show how I remember the old days of dating,
right?
The approachability and the directness and stuff like that, and I see the new age of dating. So what I want to do is just kind of combine them, and it come down to one question ultimately that if you really want to know if your person is worth it, ask yourself: is she worth half?
Yeah.
Because before you get tied to them, because at the end of the day, that could potentially happen to you.
Yeah.
So now it was so crazy, bro. My kids' mom, bro, all of them. I do not regret having kids, bro. Regardless of how bad, you know what I'm saying.
Because it wasn't them that was fucking up.
No, it wasn't.
You picked out the great women.
Yeah, I just messed up. You know,
yeah, you couldn't be mad. They should be mad at your ass.
Yeah, come on, still here. Probably
so I ain't mad at my baby mama. They probably mad at your ass.
No,
this could have been us.
And a lot of times, man, I just took my clothes and car. I left everything else. They were more than half to me. So, but yeah, is she worth half? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting this author mode type thing, man. And I think I got a lot of advice on relationships because I messed up a lot.
Yeah,
I messed up a lot. You know?
See, we both had.
Yeah.
I got plenty of advice. I'm married, going on to this be 19 years.
Married 19 years? What's the key? What's the secret?
Shit, communication.
Mm-hmm.
Communication and expectations. See, I went into it not having expectations for the fact that most people like, oh, you gotta do this. Oh, she should be doing this. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do this. In reality, you putting on some fairy tale shit that you don't know what can change. Like, life happens every day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can plan all this and then boom, you get pregnant. Shit changes.
Yeah.
Plan on this, I get laid off. Shit changes. You plan on this, bills go, something happens, or a leg get amputated or some shit.
Right,
Something crazy. Life happens. So if you go into it expecting something that's not really that is out of your control, because you don't control what you control. It's yourself. Yeah. You control how happy you're going to be. That you control how happy you want to make somebody be. And it's up to them to control if they're going to accept that happiness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't approach it expecting, oh, let me fix you. Oh, this is what you should do. Right. Now, at the end of the day, we approached it as, hey, we coming in this together. Right. And whatever fucking happens, happens. Together. But we're going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about it out there. Shit happens in here, stays in here. Yeah. I don't know, your mama shouldn't know what we talking about, and your daddy shouldn't know what we talking about.
Other voices get inside, you know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. So
we handled it within ourselves. If we walked out the house, you wouldn't know we had anything going on at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, I got an issue where I snap, like, I got trigger words. So, like, who the fuck is you talking to?
I'm big on that, like, respect. Please, why would you say, put some respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it, though. You know, I'm real big on watching what you say because even though, man, it's crazy. I'm not no woman abuser and then like that. Maybe they can probably say a woman. I'm just a charming guy. Like when it comes to that. But as far as like putting my hand, that's not the way. I'm more of a like, you know what? I'd rather just give you space. Right. Because if we keep going, I'm going to say something to you
that you're not gonna like,
and you're gonna hold it towards me
every day,
man. So I'm
like, 19 years of marriage.
That's why I kind of just let you get your space and stuff like that, like, cause I know, like, I'm one of them dudes, like, don't put me in no corner to where I have to respond, like, as far as if we get into argument, I'd rather just leave, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to say anything to you to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I can take back the space, but I can't take back the words when they come out.
Once it come out, it's out there.
It's out there, man. So
I learned to avoid all that. I'm not a good arguer at all.
Yeah,
I never grew up. I'm a good debater outside.
Debate when you married.
I can debate all day long.
You debate when you married.
But hey, you got something on your chest. I'm this dude.
Just listen to it. Oh, you get with that? You right?
I ain't say nothing.
I know that. Like,
are you done?
My mom know, man. Like she can't start no argument with me because I'm gonna just agree with everything you say.
Yeah.
You right. Mm-hmm. Sure do. Yeah. that's the key, right?
So now that you said all that, what we gonna do to fix it though?
Yeah.
I'm all about solutions.
Yeah.
Like you ain't gotta give me the long drawn out story. This is the problem. Mm-hmm. Let me just fix it. Let's fix this. We can go from there. Mm-hmm. Man, but with that being said, man, I want to say I appreciate you swinging back onto the show, man. Letting the world know about
oh man, I just
Confessions
of Midnight, man. By the time this drop, it will be wherever books available, ebook, Kindle, trying to get Books a Million, Amazon. So
you got a website it's on?
No personal website. It's gonna be on just booking platforms. So this is my first time. I'm kind of learning trial and error, but I want to give you this the last autograph copy.
Whoa, I got an autograph.
To my guy, Sean, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the growth, man.
Oh,
You too, okay, bro.
Oh,
man.
That's
And just yeah, man. So you know.
Oh, man. Oh, you wrote that down too, man.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you, bro, for having me, bro.
Man, it's all. I don't even know how to take this.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Hey, man, with that being said, man, we out. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I got a book.
Yeah. That was dope, though.